What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Reality Pill. Today we are going to react to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Hello? Hello?
Hey, Kevin. Hi.
Hi, Karma, you didn't say hello.
Hello.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay. A little bit too young for this one. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I am well. So we're talking about self-love and modern women. But have you guys watched the broadcast from the beginning?
Not from the beginning. I tuned in like 15 minutes ago.
All right. Did you have a question or anything that you wanted to ask? Because I did something on YouTube first. Is there something you wanted to ask?
Like, there's a lot of stuff that I feel like I agree with.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I feel like we can work on as modern women. And I just really want to tune in on the conversation of whatever you guys going on.
Okay. Okay, let me bring some other folks in because go ahead. The what?
Okay.
Well, you don't have a question.
I mean, we want to. So this is the question. So we're 30 year old. So I'm 30. I'm 29. I just turned 30 this year, and I hear you talk a lot about, like, from the time that that I did chime in. I hear you talk a lot about women our age, or I understand like we depreciate, but I feel like the generation that we live in currently, when it comes to like men our age, I feel like the generation has twisted like so drastically from like the 90s when I was growing up that it's a lot harder for women to get these kind of guys.
Get what kind of guys?
I feel like
Get what kind of guys we're talking about?
I'm talking about a kind of guy that just earns an honest living, like not a drug dealer type of guy. Somebody that wants more for themselves, that sees more for themselves. Because as far as me, like I'm not in the position that I would have hoped I would be in at 29, but I still see more for myself.
Okay, so I'm trying to narrow it down to have a better conversation. What kind of men are we talking about? Do either one of you had kids? You do? Both of you have kids?
No, I don't.
So, to the woman without children, what kind of man are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about a man that, has an honest living, makes, 75 to a year, can provide for him.
$75,000 to $100,000 a year?
I'm sorry?
You said 75,000 to 100,000? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Not and even not just hard work. At the end of the day,
What state are you in? What state are you in?
We're in Ohio. We're in Ohio.
What kind of you're 29, the woman without children, or you 30?
I'm 30.
Okay, so the woman without children, what kind of professions would a man, what kind of job titles would a man need to have to make $75,000 to $100,000 a year?
You can be like an accountant, a bank manager.
A bank manager?
Yeah.
Okay, what are some other ones?
He can work in IT.
Mm-hmm. Do what now?
In the medical field.
Okay. Ohio, the Midwest. Why do you need? What percentage of men make $100,000?
In Ohio.
No, period. No, this the same. It's the same nationwide.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
What's the percentage of men that make $100,000 or more? It's the same percentage nationwide.
I'm not sure.
Just guess.
And just nationwide in Ohio.
Nationwide. That's the number we use.
40%? 60? 40?
60% of men 40 to 60% of men earn $100,000 or more. So that means if you walk out on the streets, 4 or 6 out of 10 men earn 6 figures. Well, the first thing you said, these men are hard to find. So the first thing we need to do is identify what we're talking about, what kind of money we're talking about, what kind of jobs we're talking about, and how prevalent those jobs are. Man, 10% of men make that kind of money. And the biggest one you didn't mention is trucking. But in Ohio, in the Midwest, that is a low percentage of 6-figure earners. Why do you need a man making 6 figures?
Right around this moment, the problem becomes obvious. She's talking about men who make $75,000 to $100,000, like they're everywhere, but she doesn't actually understand how rare those guys are, not just in Ohio, but anywhere. Kevin isn't putting her down. He's making her define what she's looking for before she complains. It's hard to find. What stands out is the contradiction. She wants a guy who earns more, but she doesn't go out, doesn't socialize, and has almost no free time. You can't say something is hard to find when you're not even looking. This is what trips up modern dating. Women create expectations without building the life needed to meet those expectations. Kevin's trying to bring her back to reality, reminding her that attraction isn't just about wanting someone, it's about access, being ready, and putting yourself in the right position.
I don't feel like I need it. And I do have a
Go ahead.
With a almost 5-year-old son.
Mm-hmm. Without just those metrics alone, it's inconclusive. Your child is 5?
Yeah, he'll be 5 in November.
How long were you with the father?
I was with him for about a year and a half.
And why didn't you guys marry?
It's like he's kind of, yeah, I mean, the world. He's messed up. It's kind of like an issue with drugs and other things, and I really can't do anything about that. You know, at the end of the day, I have to move on with me and my child and do what's best for us.
It depends. I mean, first of all, so it does matter who your child is, and it matters who his father is. It does, because any man coming in, it has to deal with your child and a father. And as someone who's done that, that's one thing that men overwhelmingly don't want to deal with: children, or especially children with problematic fathers. And it also depends on the level you're talking about. If you're talking about men at the upper ends of income, not really. It's not really realistic. The average black man in this country earns around $41,000 a year. That's $20, roughly $20 an hour. And I don't understand why so many women today who come from middle-class families want these top 10% men. I mean, that's not what your family is or your grandparents. Why go so high?
I just like I can't even find that's like eye level.
What is that? What is that? I don't know what that level is.
I just feel like I can't find a man that's just like working, making an honest living that actually keeps a relationship. Like,
Well, where are you going?
that's not what they're caught up.
Where are you going? Well, first off, what's your profession?
So I work for New York Life.
Okay. All right. Where are you going to interact or meet men?
Honestly, sometimes we don't get out that much.
Well, that's the problem. You can't catch what you don't fish for.
I don't get out that much because I'm a full-time mom. I don't get that much help. So, you know, and that's my problem.
Well, and it's not going to get any better. So this is why women tend to get so upset when I mention children, because like, well, I have a kid and I can't just undo this. But the structural things that come along with meeting men require time. So I said early on in the broadcast, The number one, outside of what you bring to the table, the asset men want most from women is your time. You don't have time to give. How much time do you have to give to a man? So, and you're saying men at the top level, man. First off, Ohio's not a good state to be in as far as top earners. But why do you need a man that's up there?
Well, I'm not necessarily saying at the top level, honestly. 50, 60,000, 50, 60,000, but it's like about being a hard worker. And I feel like a lot of guys that I come across like a facade.
Where do you go to meet men?
I go out to the local, to local spots, even when I'm out of town.
Okay, you have no children. Move. I can't make grass grow in the shade. I mean, single men, especially upwardly mobile men, are congregated roughly in 10 cities. I'm from Oklahoma. I can't make Oklahoma be what it's not. So it's not a problem with the men. It's the problem with the men in your local area. That's number one. Number two, it's the lack of activity. I don't think many women today are really serious, moving with a sense of urgency, just kind of hoping it happens. Three, if I put you in a room with the kind of men you're talking about, are you what they want? And overwhelmingly, what men want from women is cooperation and femininity. So if you had to rank your level of femininity on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, where would you rank your level of femininity? You cut out.
I would say mine's low because I'm in charge. Like I do everything. I'm like.
Okay, so that means you're going to attract a feminine man. You, man. 20.
I think mine is in the middle, like a 5.
Okay.
I don't mind, I don't mind, like agreeing to certain things when it comes to, my man or allowing.
Well, in the middle is women who that. Well, see, I think that what black women call in the middle is really closer to a 3. Because in the middle are women that are just easy to get along and friendly. Yeah. Feminine women that are higher are much more cooperative and agreeable. In our community, women were raised to work and take care of themselves. You weren't raised to be feminine. So it's not. So what I'm trying to show is the issue is far more on you ladies' side than it is on the men's side. Because the men do exist. It's just, are you in a position to find them, and are you what they want? Because if I put you there, they got to pick you. And Ohio is the Midwest. It's difficult. So this is what I would suggest. I would suggest really looking to relocate if you're single and if you have a child. I know it sucks, but I can't change the structural things. So, all right, ladies, have a good. Thank you very much. Have a good night. All right, bye-bye. Yeah, the Midwest is hard. The Midwest life is tough, guys.
The end of this call shows a pattern Kevin dealt with constantly. Expectations keep going up while awareness of reality stays the same. She wants a guy who makes decent money, takes responsibility, and has his life together. But her own life isn't set up to attract that type of person. She lives in a place where people don't make much money, has barely any free time, has a young child, and admits she acts more masculine because she handles everything herself. Kevin's point isn't that she's worthless. His point is that her current life, habits, and energy don't match the kind of guy she's imagining. Guys at that level aren't just picking someone to date. They're picking peace, teamwork, time to spend together, and someone with feminine energy. And when he asks if she has those things, her answers explain exactly why she's struggling. She keeps focusing on what men should be, but Kevin keeps redirecting her to what she needs to change about herself. That's the real issue. You can't expect a high quality guy while living a life that's just about surviving, not building something with someone. The lesson is simple. High standards require high preparation. If you want a better guy, your habits, mindset, and free time need to improve too. If where you live makes it impossible to meet the right people, you need to move. If your schedule has zero room for a relationship, you need to fix that. If you're stuck in masculine energy because you've had to do everything alone, you need to learn how to be softer and work with someone instead of doing it all yourself. Kevin's advice at the end wasn't meant to tear her down. It was a plan for what to do. Most people don't fail because they want too much. They fail because their life doesn't match what they're asking for. Creating the right situation opens doors. Being ready keeps them open, and reality gives results to people who actually adjust. Here's what matters. Stop expecting things you're not set up to get. Stop complaining about bad results when you haven't created the right conditions. And stop blaming everything else when the real problem is you haven't changed your life to match what you want. If this made sense, drop a like and comment what stood out. Subscribe for more straight talk that keeps it real. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.